Okay, so in our second video for this week, we're going to carry on looking at quartiles, but we're also going to consider how we can use them to build what's called a 5-figure summary, which is going to let us draw a box plot, which will be in our third video, and also how we can use them to get something called the SIQR and also the IQR, okay, which are the semi-interquartile range or the interquartile range, and you'll read about them in the textbook pages as well. Okay, so it's all just kind of number crunching, but it's good just to get all this introduced. So our 5-figure summary is 5 different numbers that we're looking for. So when we're looking for a 5-figure summary, we're looking for our lowest number, our Q1, which we know is our lower quartile, our Q2, which we know is our median or our middle number, our Q3, which we know is our upper quartile, or and then our highest number. Okay, so looking at this data set that I've given you here, it spreads between 30 and 40. So the lowest number is 30 and the highest number is 40. So that's nice and straightforward to work out initially. Just double check that the numbers definitely are in numerical order, which again they are, mainly for speed here. And then the easiest one to work out next is always Q2. Find that middle number, that's kind of your lunch point. So here Q2 is 36. We've got 4 numbers below that, we've got 4 numbers above that. So our middle number, our median is 36. Now from there we need to work out Q1. So Q1, the lower number, the lower half, sorry, the middle number in the lower half doesn't stand out. We've got 4 numbers here, so the middle number would be between 31 and 32. Okay, so if you need to, we're doing 31 add 32 divided by 2. But again, hopefully it's not that difficult to see that that would give you the answer 31.5 or 31.5, halfway between 31 and 32. We're going to have something similar in our upper quartile. Okay, we've got halfway between 38 and 39, so we would be doing 38 plus 39 divided by 2, but again, maybe not too difficult for you to see that the answer to that would be 38.5. Now, we'll talk about why we would use these next week, but you might be asked to work out another couple of statistics within that. So that would be your semi-interquartile range, or less commonly your interquartile range, and we'll come back to this at various points across the year, but it's good just to have a quick look at them now. The interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. It's kind of the spread of this middle bit of the data. Okay, so Q3 minus Q1, we've worked both of those out. 38.5 take away 31.5, the answer would just be 7. Now, that kind of tells you, you could compare that with another data set. If it had an IQR, an interquartile range of 12, then that would tell you that the numbers are more spread out in the one with the interquartile range of 12 than they are with the one with the interquartile range of 7. We can do the same with the semi-interquartile range. Now, I'm sure it won't be a huge surprise to you to realise that the semi-interquartile range is the interquartile range that we've just learned a formula for, that we will need to memorise eventually, divided by 2. A semicircle is half a circle, so we're halving our interquartile range. So here we would have half of 7, which would be 3.5. Okay, so that's us worked out the semi-interquartile range and the interquartile range, and there's a few questions for you to think about on that. The final thing that we want to look at though, and we're just going to cover that in this video as well, is we want to look at using this information to draw a box plot. Now, your box plots are going to be a lot better than what I'm about to draw here. But what we need when we're drawing our box plot is we need to go back and look at our 5-figure summary. Okay, so we've got our lowest is 30 and our highest is 40. So we need a scale, and we just need, it's almost like just having an X scale. And our lowest is 30, so I'm actually just going to start at 30, and our highest is 40. Now that kind of makes sense, okay? If our lowest was 32, you would probably want to start at 30. If our highest was 51, you might want to go up to 55. Okay, it just depends. Now, we want a nice even scale, so I'm going to try and mark on, okay, because I don't have squares on this. I've not worked out how to do that yet. I'm going to try and mark on evenly where my other numbers would be. You guys, from what I've seen of the work so far, you've pretty much all got your squared jotters. You know where you can go and get some if you need them. Use the squares in your jotters to help you set up an even scale, and you should be using a ruler for this as well. Okay, now thinking back to what I said, we're going to use our numbers here, our 5-figure summary. So our lowest is 30 and our highest is 40. So what we do is above our axes, okay, I'm going to do it in purple here, we draw a nice line at 30 and another one at 40, and you try and keep them all even. Okay, so you try and use the squares in your jotter to help you have everything lined up. We then, if we have a look, our Q1, let's use our Q2 first actually, it was 36, so I've put 36 here, so again, same length, and that's roughly where the 36 should be. It should probably be over slightly, but I'm doing this by sight. Okay, then Q1 was 31.5 and Q3 was 38.5. So 31.5 would be there and 38.5 would be there. Now, a box plot looks like this. You join the middle 3 lines up to create a box, okay? Looks a bit like a kind of uneven court for something. And then the end points, your highest and lowest, are joined with little lines. It's sometimes called a box and whisker diagram, which you could probably see why. Or a lot of the pupils that I've taught in the past have said it looks like a syringe. They call it the syringy thing. So that would be how you would draw a box plot. Okay, so we've covered in this video, we've covered how to get the 5-figure summary, how to get the semi-interquartile range, and the interquartile range itself, and also how to use the 5-figure summary to draw a box plot. Now, it's only one example, so we can make up more videos and show you more if necessary. Just let me know. Okay, so we'll stop there, and good luck with the work, but let me know if you need any more videos or anything else that would help.